Welcome to the latest episode of Platform. Today, we're going to be speaking to Sacha Lopez. The first time I saw Sacha skate was in a Grindhouse edit. I think it was around 2011 that Daniel Prell made. Remember Daniel Prell? Used to be pro for USD. And back then he was riding Deshes and he was good, but I wouldn't have said there was anything remarkable about him. And then for years, just didn't hear anything from the guy. And then over the past few years, it just seems like he's been absolutely killing it. He was on Razors for a while, and then he got on 50/50, and he's brought out a bunch of things online and on Instagram and showing that he's just so good at transfers and cess slides and got just amazing style. He parted ways with Razors not too long ago. It was either the start of this year or the end of last year. And since that time, he has just been absolutely killing it. He brought out a section in Flama, which was by Tella's Angel and Mark Moreno. If you haven't seen that yet, it is so good. It's probably the best showcase of the Barcelona scene that is available. It basically just shows all the different crews and how incredibly talented they are. And Sacha has the Ender section. Then he's just released a section called Viva or Vive, and that was in God Skates. And he's got a new section coming out in a full-length video by a brand, I think they're a German brand called TNT, and he's just been picked up by Iqon. So loads of stuff to talk about. Where he kind of disappeared to for the several years that I hadn't seen any footage of him, or maybe he was producing edits and I just wasn't seeing them. How long he was riding for Razors, why he decided to quit, the video parts he's been putting out recently, and just talk about loads of stuff, get to know him better. I know he's been watching the podcast since it started because he regularly provides me with feedback on it, which is pretty cool. So yeah, can't wait to speak to him. Before that though, cue the music.
Hello.
Oh, I think we're good. And I can't hear an intense amount of music in the background. You had me worried there when you said the neighbor's music was going.
Yeah, it's the neighbor from the block just in front of us. And he's really a punk rocker, so sometimes he puts the music super loud and yeah.
I'm sure the other neighbors just love him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how you doing? We finally got there. How long have we been trying to do this for? Months?
A few months. I'm fine, thank you. Pretty awesome. Feeling pretty awesome because my mom is here for visit. So happy also for having released the project that I told you I wanted to release before we do the podcast. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
And I saw TNT have just announced their full-length video. There's a premiere coming up, so it's finally coming out.
Exactly, the 24th of July, I think it was.
So you ditched Razors and then just got incredibly productive. You've now since quitting Razors, you've brought out 3 sections.
I mean, those sections were already in the making.
Yeah.
And then things started like going down with the support, but the sections were still there. So I was doing the same, but I got out of there and still did my thing, All
right, okay. We'll get to that later, but the first time I saw you skate was, I think it was around 2011, and it was the edit that Daniel Prell made of you for Grindhouse. How did that come about? Because it seemed kind of random. Have you always lived in Barcelona?
No,
right.
I was born in Argentina.
Okay.
In 92. And then my family and I moved to Germany, to a village near Stuttgart. Sorry, the village is called Fellbach. And that was in the year 2000. And that's where and when I started blading in Germany.
Right.
But I have been going to Barcelona since 2002, like always for vacation.
Okay.
So pretty much all my summer vacations, I came to Barcelona.
I thought there must be some kind of German connection because, yeah, obviously you're riding for a German clothing brand, TNT, and then there was the Grindhouse edit. Were you ever sponsored by Grindhouse or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was sponsored, and they got me into the team when I was, I think, 15, 16, something.
Right.
In 2008, it was. Yeah, they got me into the team the same day where Dominic Wagner came to me and said, "Hey man, your Rams are fucked up." Like they were literally fucked up. Like Rams when the skin falls off and stuff.
Yeah.
So Dominic Wagner said, "I want to give you some Rams. Let me. I give you a contact and just write me." And then a few weeks later, I was contacted by Kato.
Okay.
So if I wanted to be part of the Rams team, of the Rams Flow team. So it was pretty much in the same day I got into Grindhouse, Flow, and Rams Flow.
How long did you ride for Rems for? Because I don't remember seeing. Did you ever have like a Rems flow file or anything like that?
No, I didn't have a flow file. I was in some. I think it was the HR 1.3 edit team edit. I think I was in there with Mason Richards and Josiah.
Right. Okay. Right.
But I hadn't had a whole section with Rams. I was there till 2015, I think. Yeah. When I came to Barcelona, I started riding other skates.
Because I feel like after I saw that edit of you in 2011, I didn't see, because obviously social media wasn't really a thing then. Like, I guess there was like MySpace maybe, but Facebook and Instagram wasn't really being used, and you weren't seeing regular footage from people. I don't feel like I saw a section from you for years after that.
Yeah, thing was, I did have a section in the TNT. Back then, we were called ABS, the team. We had 3 DVDs, and part 3 that came out in 2013. There, I had a section that's called ABS 3 section or something like that.
Okay.
It was pretty much, for me personally, one of my best sections. Before Flama.
Is it online?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
All right, I need to check that out. ABS
3 and my name.
Okay.
Made by Wolfgang Appel. That's our friend who used to film us all the time. But yeah, it was I did have one more section in 2015, and that was it. I wasn't very, very productive with filming.
Yeah, because I feel like it's only been the last few years that you've started kind of popping up and being everywhere again. I guess because of Instagram and stuff like that, and you've got all those just ridiculous cess slide and transfer clips going on that are just, yeah, you just seem to be able to cess slide on everything, which I'm very jealous of. And then obviously you kind of how did you get onto razors? When was that?
2016, end of 2016, I think. No, sorry, 2017 Battle Rail Barcelona competition.
Right.
This 25 stair set rail, pretty steep, super long. And I did a competition there. And there was Andy. Andy was at the competition.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I took 3rd place. First was Carlos, and second, I don't remember what was second. Maybe Yuri or somebody.
I mean, that's pretty stiff competition because Carlo's a psychopath and Yuri can pretty much 540 onto grinds.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it was Yuri second. Some Hurricane topsoul to Tristan topsoul or something.
Sounds about right.
But, yeah. Yeah. After the competition, he came to me and wanted to ask me if I wanted to be in the Racers team, and showed me the Racers shift, the first one.
Right. Okay.
Prototype. He showed me the prototype, and we talked a little, and then he got me into it. Yeah.
So you skated for Racers for like 3 years then? Over 3 years?
Yeah, 3.5, something like that.
All right. So what, like, because you put up, was it the start of this year or the end of last year that you put up a post just saying that you weren't going to be skating for them anymore?
Last year, I think, end of last year.
End of last year.
Yeah, it's December, or January, something.
So what brought that on?
Well, at the beginning, it was pretty good. I got even paid to go to competitions and got my skates. Like, they bring out a lot of skates, so I got some skates from them, and communication was the big problem for me. I always try to keep a good communication and to to tell the company what I'm doing, what I want to do, my projects, everything, so they're up to date, and so they see that I'm working, that I'm doing my stuff, what I should do. But then I didn't feel like the communication was quite right, because every time I was writing something, the answer was like super short and not referring to what was I asking about or what I wanted to know. That's something that was, I don't know, the communication is super important, and I didn't feel from that side that they gave me any value for my skating or for my clips or anything.
So was it like a European team manager, or who were you dealing with?
No, I talked to Jov and Marco and Andy straight to all three. But yeah, I don't know. They're all super busy. They were all super busy by the time, and I know Corona and stuff, and doing everything by their own. I know it's hard, but I was feeling like I wasn't getting the support I should get, for all the projects and results, because every time I went to a competition, there was minimum a podium or a best streak or something,
Yeah.
So I wanted to have anything in return. At least like post me on Instagram, and the last thing where could you guys post me on Instagram a few times? We're like, yeah, but the Instagram should be more for US American riders if it's the main page, because they got like Latin America, Europe, Spain.
I always just thought it was like random people that set up those other accounts, because obviously you have like the different like country like them accounts, but it's not them that are doing it. It's just random people who are fans of the brand. So racers have all these different accounts for different regions of the world. That doesn't really seem to make much. Surely it makes sense to just have one massive one with a huge following and lots of engagement, rather than all these little smaller different ones.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I just told them, yeah, I get your point, but I just want to add at least one clip at the month or something at the main page, because you got like, I don't know, 80,000 followers or something, and I got 8 or 7. But the racers like Latin America got also 7. So if they post me, it doesn't really.
Yeah, you would think you'd think it would benefit them, like especially if you're providing them with good footage, because you're giving them content and it helps them to boost your profile. Because if you get bigger and more people know you, then it's a good association with the brand. Yeah,
that's why I felt like they were stopping me from growing, because if you see yourself at the company, you want to sell yourself, you have to promote yourself, you're skating, that's why I think. And if I don't see, like, if I see space for growing and I get stopped somehow, I just want to leave and do my own shit. And that's what happened.
right.
All good with Marco, all good with Jov. Only thing was Andy. I told him, like, I wanted to be pro.
Right.
I told him from here to in 1 or 2 years, maybe I want to be pro. So what should I do? What can I do? Let me know. And his answer was pretty like simple and not even getting into my issue, because he told me, yeah, for getting a pro skate, you have to be a household name. You have to be Aragon. You have to be Shima, Murder, and I don't see you there. Something like that. Told me.
You have to be once in a generation style skater that like never comes along, and that's why they're so special. Yeah. Okay. Right. Cool.
So it's pretty much the same. He told, because I've seen your podcast from Stefan Brandau and John From.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Andy just said like the exact same thing to you that he said to poor John. Yeah.
And that's when I said, okay, for me that's disrespectful, and thank you for your time and thank you for everything, and bye.
Yeah, it's not exactly a motivational thing to say like, you know, you need to become one of the all-time greats that like in order, because that's just how possible is it for to become it seems a bit unrealistic on Andy's part to just expect every person he turns pro to be like the most iconic skater of all time, because he's turned plenty of people pro who aren't, and he's given skates to people like throughout the years, and not all of them have gone on to be big icons in the sport.
Yeah, the thing how it's handled, I don't know. I can only see for myself, and for me it wasn't it. It was like, okay, I don't want to be here like for 10 years getting skates for free, because you get skates for free and you do content. If you don't care about them posting you just can keep getting the skates for free and just post the shit and skate and whatever. But I didn't want to do that because it's not fair. I told them, give the skates to some young guy or some South American guy, please do something in South America. But yeah, I'm gone. Thanks.
It just seems, it seems so straight, especially considering how small their pro team is in America. Like they've only got like what, four or five guys, and you know, 3 of them have kids, so they're obviously really busy with being parents. I mean, like, 3, like Jeff Howard, Derek Henderson, and Alex Burston all have kids. Like 2 of those guys have 2 kids, so they're like they're busy being dads. You know, they're not going to, and they're still amazing skaters, but they're not going to be as productive as they once were. And I don't know, when you said that you were quitting, I kind of thought, God, maybe if he just held on longer, he would eventually go onto the pro team, because it seems like people are quitting razors all the time. I mean, even in the UK, they've only got like 2 or 3 riders in the UK. They used to have like, I'm going to say 10, 20.
I mean, that's another motivation for quitting. If you see guys like Stefan Brandau, John From, Savo Sinila, all those guys were on racers, Rene Fujiwara. I mean, those guys is skating is super amazing. They're just quitting was for me also a big factor. Like if those guys leave, it must be something real in there. Like, yeah.
Plus, do you like, I'm not entirely sure how connected the scene is in Barcelona, because obviously Barcelona is a massive city and it's got like loads of like crews, some small, some quite big. Like, did you ever talk to Yuri about this? Because I know that when Yuri Botello left Razors, he wasn't happy with Andy or like how the situation was. So did he ever give you any advice like while you were still riding for them, or?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he did give me good advices for sure, because he was pretty much insider, and yeah, he did for sure. Yeah.
I love how you're like, he gave me advice. I'm not telling you what it is. Yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. We'll move swiftly.
All the guys were super supportive. I talked to John From before leaving. I told him, man, I think I'm gonna leave. And also, I saw your podcast, and that gave me another, motive for leaving. And yeah, I talked a bit with him and with some friends. And yeah, for me, it's done. And yeah, if you want, we can talk about something else.
That's fair enough. So how did you get, because you obviously put out that edit for 50/50, which I wanted to ask you about. See the clips at the start where you're doing all the cess slides, like the hurricane cess slides over the massive long block. Is that in Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I recognized it from, it used to be on the old, do you remember the clip videos by
Yes,
Jochen Schmuder?
yes.
And I'm pretty sure it's the same ledge that Marius Gale does just a really long back furve on in his most recent section.
Yes. Mupi.
Yeah.
Mupi and Matthias Ogger did in clip 2, backside Christ talk. It was in clip 2 or it was on the surface. I don't remember. But he did a Christ talk.
I remember that. Yeah, it's like it was almost kind of facing forward. Yeah, and he's just sliding on one foot. Yeah. I remember the one you mean.
I did that trick on the skate park and Forum just on homage for him, because Matthias Ogger has been always a big legend for me. Same as Andreas Wagenblas and Daniel Brel.
Yeah,
all the guys.
Oh yeah, all those get like Matthias Auger's section in clip 2 or clip 3 or whatever it was when he was in the Salomons was just unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh.
And then he got on rollerblade and it all just fell apart and he moved to Australia and kind of disappeared. Yeah. But he's still skating and still skating well.
Yeah. He went to Stuttgart to the competition, to the Real Street Stuttgart. I think it was 2017.
Okay.
And we went to the Lichi Ledge. I don't know if you know it. It's the famous ledge on the right side. It's a little bit like top side, where Matthias Auger does Hurricane Topsail in clip 2.
It's kind of rough.
Yes,
I think I know the one you mean.
Lichi, like the fruit, it's rough from the outside, but it slides super well.
Yeah, is it not got a drop as well? Is it that one? I know the one you mean. Yeah.
So that's the best ledge in Stuttgart. And he was at the competition. He wasn't skating, but we were there with Richard Vasquez. You know him from Flama, from Venezuela. He's from Venezuela.
Yeah,
the guy who jumps higher than.
He looks older. Like he looks like he's in his like late 30s or early 40s or something. But he has got some mental tricks.
He is our I don't know how to tell you. It's crazy. Like seeing him, he jumps like nipple high easily. Like he trains with he said like a waist. No, that's a waist. I don't know the name, but like 20 kilogram thingy here.
Oh, right. So he trains with like weights on his back so that when he's not got them on, it feels easier.
Exactly. Right. So Richard Vasquez jumps higher than everybody else. He is 36, I think, has 2 kids and a wife.
Okay. Yeah, I thought he looked. You can kind of see it in the face, like he looks older. But in Flama, oh my god, there was one transfer. I think it was like alley-oop topsoul on a rail to then hop over to topsoul on a ledge, and I'm like, who transfers from alley-oop topsoul? Like that's not the leg position to jump from one object to another. That's especially on street.
It's far and high, both. Wow. Section is amazing, right? Really putting Venezuela on the map.
So he was just over in Barcelona to film that, or was some of that filmed in Venezuela?
No, he lives here. He was he was living in Sicilia because his wife is Sicilian. Right. And from Sicily, he also lived in Milano, I think, and then he moved to Barcelona a few years ago.
Because he's one of the guys that rides for G Boots, right?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I've seen some edits of him in the past. He doesn't look like he's afraid of much. Like he gives off the impression that you just take him to a spot and he's like, right, cool, we're doing it. And you're like, do you want to warm up? And he's like, no, we're doing it.
No, he's like that. Like if he comes to the skate park, he sees a little rail. Like first trick is 360 so. And for 50 Royale, for 50 back Royale, like all the spin tricks, like that, like no warm up.
Yeah,
that's his warm up.
One of those guys. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got sidetracked. We were talking about your 50-50 section. How did you get hooked up with them? Because that's quite random for like a guy living in Spain to get hooked up from a brand in North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere in the South in America.
North Carolina. It was pretty random, like you say, because I've been writing 50-50 frames for like 11 years now, or 12 years, only 50-50 frames. And when I saw that they came back, I was so stoked. I was like, wow, 50-50 came back. That's my dream. Like, I have still like 3 or 4 old generation 50-50s, which I stocked up at home, like buying from different friends. And then I saw a post from 50-50. They said like, tag us on a picture and we will send you free stickers. And I was like, wow, or on a trick. I think I posted a trick and tagged them. And then Lawrence wrote me and we got into a conversation. We talked a little. I showed him my box with the 10 different 50-50s. And he was like super stoked about my story, that I've only been writing 50-50 and I couldn't use any other frames because I tried Kartik, I tried ground control, fluids. It's not my thing. I don't know. I don't like them. I broke all of them too.
Okay.
Also 50-50s, not the new ones, but the old ones I've broken all of them with the core aluminum frame.
Well, I mean, to be fair, some of those frames are going to be like 10, 20 years old by now. So like 10, 15 years old maybe. So, you know, the plastic's going to get out eventually.
That's true. But you got a new one. Like if you bought from Ignition, for example, if you bought 50-50s and you did break the aluminum core, you got a new one for free.
All right, nice.
And that's like the prime frame now. They do the same.
Yeah.
If you buy the prime frame, if you break the core, you get a new one.
I've always kind of wondered about that, how that would work on street, because obviously it's a metal frame, but it's cased in plastic. So it's like, would it feel like skating a metal frame, or would it just feel like skating a plastic frame with more support? Yeah, I'm kind of confused about that.
Like a hybrid. Feels like a hybrid because it sounds like you have the metal inside, but you grind and it's like a normal frame.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Oh yeah, and Lawrence, then after talking, he just wanted to send me some frames over. And I told him, yeah, sure, it would be great. Like, would be a dream. And then he got me into the team. Yeah.
So was that before or after you'd filmed an edit and shown him the edit and been like, this is what I'm doing?
I think he sent. I don't remember well. I think he sent me the frames and I did the edit, and then he did the page with the team and everything. I
mean, that edit had some serious stuff in it, like the torque slide at the end. You know, it was. Wait, was that the one? Yeah, that was the one with the front torque at the end. Is that right? Or the top sole to front torque? That's the one where like you session the kink rail at the end, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I don't remember now.
you're like I can't remember either. Yeah, I'm sure it is that one. All right, okay. So you've been riding. How long have you been on 50-50 then? That's got to be a year almost, right? Or maybe longer?
Longer. I think 2018.
All right.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so more than 2 years.
Yeah.
Nice. So, does it go better with them? Like, are you in touch with Lawrence much in terms of like feeding back on products, or like in terms of him telling you what's coming out, or
everything? Yeah, Lawrence is awesome. Lawrence is great.
He gives off the impression of being like a guy that like really cares and would give his riders attention.
Really, like he always asking, you have enough stuff? How are your wheels? How are your frames? Do you need something? He would always send it over to straight to me in 1 week. It's super costly, I think, and
because those frames aren't light. Yeah, like that's a heavy package. Okay.
Yeah, even with the backpack and stuff, and he always takes good care of me. He does video calls, ask about feedback, and always super good. I'm super stoked with him and with 50/50 and with my teammates also with Stefan and John From. Always talking. We got Becky and we got the Hood Panda, Scotty Crawford. Yeah, pretty nice.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, because when you like announced that you were leaving Razors, I was like, oh, this isn't good, because when people who aren't pro or like skaters who are lesser known leave a brand, it's then very tough to get onto another brand, because not as many people know who you are. You're not like as big a name, and then there's that kind of thing where other brands might be like, well, we don't like sponsor him in case he quits us or in case he gets fed up with us. But then you brought out Flama, or sorry, Mark and Tellez brought out Flama, and I was like, holy shit, because that video was way, but like, I love the videos they make. I love like all the Ballast Perdidas stuff. Like, love all the stuff Mark does. Love like Tellez's filming. And I think that might be the best video they've brought out so far. Either that one or the previous one. And, it just seemed like everyone had amazing footage in it. And then to get the Ender section in a video with such good skaters, that's no joke. Like that's a big deal. Like, did you know you were going to get the final section? They didn't tell you.
No, he just told me, I got a surprise for you. And I was like, okay. That was before the premiere, and we went to the premiere, and I was waiting for my section, waiting, and then, oh no way, that's Mark Moreno, and there's no time left. Like, wow, I was super stoked. No, I almost cried. Yeah, to be honest, I almost cried. I was like watching my section like with all the guys, and wow.
I mean, it was worthy of being an Ender section. I mean, pretty much like half the clips in it were transfers, and they were not easy transfers. Like, yeah, some of them were just ridiculous.
Thank you very much.
Like transferring from there was one where you 360 transferred something, and there was two. There was one where you 360. Yeah, there was one where you 360 transferred up a coping ledge thing, like the up and along, and then there was one where you did it from like side to side, and I was like, that's unbelievable. I'll let you away with the final one, the one where you did the sole to top on the ledge, because that front foot came off straight away.
You saw my face?
That was freestyle fish brain. That looked terrifying.
You can see it in my face. Like, I'm coming like this. Whoa! I almost died. Yeah.
Yeah. When that front foot came off, I would have been in full panic mode. I would just have crumpled to the ground.
I mean, I was scared of like, because the rail and the ledge were like this space.
Yeah.
So the skate can get in. And I told Dallas, before trying one of my last tries, I told Dallas, I'm scared because look, my foot, it can come in. And he was, no, you're tripping, man, you're tripping. Just do it. I said, okay. Okay, I believe you.
It's easy for you to say you're not the one that's going to end up in hospital. Yeah.
But Dallas has always this special kind of motivation for everybody,
right?
And yeah, he knows where to push.
So,
but it was pretty scary.
Just styled out the freestyle fish brain on the transfer. Yeah, man.
Oof,
like it's one of those tricks that, see, if you just get to the bottom and you've not been injured, you're like, I'm taking it. That's yes. Good. Like I'm not going back up. Like I'm not perfecting it. That's not happening.
I mean, I waxed it. I waxed the curb. I think that was it too.
Right.
Because I was scared of getting stuck, so I waxed it. Maybe that's why I got like to the back.
Oh yeah, like in that situation, you would definitely rather slide out than stick and fly forward down a steep set of stairs. Yeah.
It was the entrance of the cinema. There was so many old people waiting for the entrance, and they were all watching me skating. I was, oh damn, I don't want to die in front of all those old people.
But say, yeah, giving old people heart attacks just all over the place. Nice.
Then I landed it, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm just leaving. And they were, no, really good, and clapping. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that section was so good, especially considering the other people who had parts in it that were really good. Like Tellez had a great little like mini section in it. Adria Sa had the opener in it, which was one of one of his best sections that I think I've ever seen, apart from his VOD maybe. Yeah, it was wild. I was curious about that video because I feel like that's the first video I've ever seen that shows all the different Barcelona crews. I feel like up until then, it's always been like all the different crews doing their own thing. So you've got like Mark and Adria doing their thing with like Teles doing Balas Perdidas and like Ciez de Bastos and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got like the Brazilian guys like Michel Prado and Yuri Botello doing their thing where they always seem to be like hanging out together, or like with Carlos Bernal. Then you've got like Mary Munoz and her mates, like kind of. So is that what it's like in Barcelona? Is it just people just hanging out in their own little like cliques, or?
Yeah, we got many people, but we try to get together way more in the since Corona.
Right.
The guy started a club called Barcelona Rolling Organization, I think, and they do now weekly sessions where everybody gets together, weekly and monthly sessions. They do competitions, so that we're trying now to get more together. But yeah, there's a lot of crews because sometimes you just can't skate a session with 20 people. You know?
Yeah, and Barcelona is a massive city, so I imagine there's different people living in different pockets of the city, and you're not going to want to travel all the way from the mountains down to the beach to like every time you want to go skating. You're probably going to, because there's stuff to skate everywhere. So
true, and you still get fined. You get the fine from the police. You know, it's still not permitted to skate in Barcelona.
I don't think I've ever had that. Anytime I've like the police have stopped us and said stop skating, but we've never had a fine anytime we've been there.
Yeah, that's first warning. But if they see that you're tourist, they just don't care. If you're from here, if you live here, and they notice you live here, they can he lives here, 600 euros. But street skate.
Right. Can you not just start speaking to him in English, and then when he tries to speak to you in Catalan, just say, sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah, I tried it a few times, but I got the passport. I got the Italian passport with Spanish name, with Argentina inside. Like, yeah, super random.
You know, just be like, when they say, "Have you got identification?" You go, "No, sorry,
no, nothing." But about the video, how we came together. That was the whole point of the video,
right? Because there wasn't any like I don't know, beef or rivalry or anything between the different crews. They just didn't hang out that much.
Yes, right. Exactly. And the whole idea was, I think 2017 or something, when Teles came to Barcelona, because Teles used to hang a lot with the Balas Perdidas. I used to hang a lot with Carlos, Michel, and so on.
Yeah.
And I would say Teles is one of the big factors that got us together, because he was always trying to, let's session together. And then somehow after a few barbecues we did at Mark's house, after sessions, they got into this project of doing the video.
So where's Teles from originally? Is he from southern Spain or
Valencia?
Right. Okay. So yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I thought he must be down near there somewhere. Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, we went before Flama. We went with Teles and all the Valencia guys and my flatmate Paco. We went to Prague. We did a 10-day Prague trip. That was before Flama.
Right.
That was the first time of me filming like with a pro filmer, I would say, with Teles.
He knows how to make skating look very good. Yeah.
He used to work for Spanish television too here.
Oh, like right, okay.
So he's a real pro.
Even just, not just the long shots, like the fisheye shots are very well done. Yeah.
And that's also where I got to know all the process of how to film the clips, right? Everything, because Teles is so pro. And then also coming together with Mark and Teles, like all the process and how the trick from the beginning to finish until you got the trick perfectly done. That was something I didn't do before knowing them, you know. I just did the tricks and okay, it's fine like that. But now
Yeah.
I know you have to do it perfectly all the time, and if it's perfectly done, maybe it's not still not perfect.
Yeah, because I feel like if there's no one to tell you to do that, you'll just go, all right, I've landed it, that's good enough. And if it's just your friend filming that doesn't really care, or you're just holding a phone or a GoPro or whatever, they're like, yeah, I don't really care either. You landed it, great.
Yeah,
Whereas if you're like filming with someone and they're used to making videos, they're like, no, I can tell you this can look better. Like we can make this like look more appealing, or you'll enjoy it more when you watch it back. Whereas your friend that's just holding a phone for you, they don't care.
that's the friendly way to say it, because tellers can be so mean. Tellers can be so mean. Like you got the good cop and the bad cop with Tellers and Mark. Mark would be like, oh, maybe if you try it again and da da da, you can do it. And Tellers, come on, you prick, you can do it. Like, look at this, you fucking suck now. You can do it. Do it again. Yeah,
Sometimes you need the tough love. Sometimes you need someone to tell you that your landing was shitty and you need to clean it up.
true.
Um, that's pretty funny. So the only people I noticed that weren't in the video were like two of Barcelona's like most famous like non-Spanish people living there. There was no Nick Lomax or Danny Aldridge in there. Do any of you guys like ever skate with them, or do they just do their own thing? Because it seems like whenever I see like Nick putting out footage or doing any of his videos on YouTube and stuff like that, he seems to just hang about with the same two or three guys.
It's hard because he's always skating. Yeah, like he's always somewhere. But we see him at the sessions now more
Right.
often, and I always see him. Like you can always meet Nick somewhere in Barcelona rolling around, and he's always cool.
He's just never not
Stop.
skating. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But no, we didn't get into many sessions yet,
All right.
like
Okay.
street sessions. But I would like to, yeah. But like I said, it's hard because everybody's got their own projects going, like filming for this, filming for that, doing this and that. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like I like skating with Maddie, but sometimes we don't skate for 1 month together, something like that, because she's so busy too.
I was about to say, adult life, everyone's got jobs and other responsibilities. So yeah, a month isn't that long. I can go a few months without skating with close friends.
Yeah, I mean, I skate like 4 or 5 times a week.
That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm always skating. If I go to the supermarket, I take the skates to the supermarket. I don't like walking.
Too slow. Takes too long.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Plus, it's different. Like when you're in Barcelona, like I feel like you can't really adopt that approach in like most other cities. Like in Scotland, in Glasgow, the roads and the streets are so unbelievably bad that even cycling on them, sometimes you're like, this is horrible. So even if you've got like 110 millimeter wheels, it just feels awful, and you're like just constantly dodging cracks and holes in the ground. Whereas in Barcelona, you guys are spoiled. Like you guys have got really, really good terrain, really good roads and pavements. Like occasionally they're like a little bit bumpy from the tiles. That's about it. And then you've got skate spots everywhere. Like no other city can you just go around every other corner and see something that you could skate. It might not be perfect, but like there'll be something weird that you can skate.
That's I think it's the reason most of the people come to Barcelona and also move to Barcelona, because I know many people who move to Barcelona only for skating.
Yeah.
Like,
well, even if you get lost, you find stuff. Like even if you're like, oh, we're going to go and try and find this rail or this ledge, even if you don't find it, you're going to find something else on the way.
Always.
That doesn't happen in most other cities. You could wander about for hours and not find anything.
That's true. Like, I mean, I liked Stuttgart because of that, because Stuttgart is one of the cities in Germany where you can like get out of the main station, and then you have like 20 spots you can go with the skates, like by skates. and that's one of the only cities where you can do that. So it was always a bit similar to Barcelona because it's hilly. You live in a valley, like you're surrounded by mountains. Stuttgart is inside. So we got also a lot of spots in Stuttgart, and I needed a city where I have a lot of spots, and Barcelona was the only one.
I was about to say, so you moved there purely just to skate. You're like, yep, that's better for rollerblading. I'm going there.
Yeah, I had an internship at the company. Like I could do an internship at any company in the world, and I did one. I did search one here in Barcelona. It was an internship paid from the university. I got paid from the company and from the university for like almost 2 years.
What was that doing?
I was a commercial salesman, exportation at a company that produces ballet bars, the bars for ballet dancing.
Oh, right, against the walls for like the dancers to hold on to. Got you.
Yes, exactly.
No way. Yeah. Like, what are they called? Like play bars or something?
No, it's wooden bars and like a metal base.
That
you
is.
got also mobiles. Who got me in? Blader, Marvin Felipe from Barcelona. He's a Chilean guy. He lives here, and he said, "Hey, we said we're searching for somebody here. If you want."
That's a very, very unique thing to sell. Like how many people do you run into that sell like ballet studio equipment? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's also my flatmate. Now he's also working at that company. Like we were 3 bladers at the time. We're a company with 7 people, a total of 7 people. 3 bladers. We were always talking about blading. It was so fun.
I'm guessing you don't work there anymore.
No, not anymore.
Right.
I'm I would say content moderator right now for a company that works.
Sorry, a what? A quantum moderator?
Content.
Content moderator. Got you.
Moderator. So, and our client is TikTok. So I watch TikTok videos the whole day.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how good that sounds.
It's okay. Like
I don't use TikTok, but I occasionally see it on like Facebook and Instagram, and it looks painful. Yeah,
like 800 videos a day, but you can handle it.
So what do you do for them? What do you mean you watch the videos? You must have to do something other than just tag them.
Yeah, no, I'm like the I would say I'm the TikTok police. Like if you show too much boobs, too much ass, I'm gonna tag them and put it down from the platform. Or if you see a suicide or something like that, sure, like
God, I never even thought about that. Okay.
Also hardcore stuff, yeah.
Oh.
Like mutilated human and blah blah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I'm the second filter, so I don't see much shit. But
that sounds like. See, I thought if it was just like too much nudity or whatever, you'd be like, all right, cool. Like you've shown, too much boob. We're going to have to delete that. But then seeing people hurt themselves, I would not want to see like that. That would give me nightmares. I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, you have to be like, your mind has to be pretty strong for this job for sure. Yeah.
How long have you worked there?
1 year and 4 months now.
Do you not just sometimes come home from work and be like, that was a bit much. That was intense.
No, sometimes, but a special video. Yeah, sometimes it can happen, but I work at home. I do home office.
Right.
So I'm super chill here at home, like from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then I go skating.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if you do it so much, you just kind of switch off and become a little bit like numb to it. So it doesn't have the same effect. But yeah, I wouldn't like seeing like dead bodies and stuff like that. That would creep me out.
Yeah, that sucks, but I mean, you get used to it too.
Right. Okay. So back to So when Flama finished, how long did you guys work in that video? Because it looked like they got a lot of footage and then just trimmed it down to like the very best stuff.
Yeah. And before I answer that, I just want to turn the light off.
Go for it.
Thanks. And I'm gonna grab a beer too. Thanks. Hola.
Right, it's 1-1. It's 1-1 between England and Denmark. I don't watch football that
1-1.
much, but like the Euros, it's just quite exciting because it's like international football. So yeah.
Oh, and almost international.
Okay,
Because
like set like there's like teams from different countries, so it's like kinda international.
yeah, I mean, I say it because yesterday Argentina won in the semifinals against Colombia for
Was that
the
the Copa?
Copa America.
That's the one. Yeah. Yeah. So
But
yeah,
and we watched Spain against that we watched Spain against Italy yesterday, and
I watched that last night. I was devastated because Spain deserved to win. Like they got really unlucky. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, how many years did you guys work on Flama?
With Corona in between, almost 2 years, I think.
Right. And then you came off the back of that. You got a pair of God skates. And then how long did you spend working on that section?
On the BB section.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 months or something.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 months. The
Decent
thing
amount of
was,
time.
the Flama section, I was after Adri. I was the second one to finish the profile.
Right.
So when I finished my profile, was right after Corona. I finished the profile after the lockdown. I mean, like 6 or 7 months after that, the video came out.
Right.
And I had time to film something else. That was the reason. Because I needed to keep filming, like for Paco's last trick or for Richie's last trick and da.
Yeah.
So all in all, it took 2 years when it could have come out like in 1.5 years. Yeah, we lost 6 months.
It's not too bad. Yeah, in the section afterwards, I loved the Royale cess slide to Royale to alley topsoul down the rail. That was, that spot has been skated a lot. So to be able to go there and do something new on it, like I don't think I've ever seen anyone cess slide onto it before.
I asked.
They were like, has anyone done this? Can I take this? Can this be mine? Yeah, right.
I mean, cool. That's a good thing with Carlos and Mitchell. So did somebody do that? And I was like, no, do it.
Sweet.
And then I did the Royale to Royale, and I almost landed it super fast. And Carlos was like, "You should do it like with a combo. Like, don't do just Royale to Royale."
Well, yeah, if you've got that easy, then it's one of those things that if you do something really quickly, you're like, well, I've got to try and make it harder somehow, because otherwise you're not challenging yourself. Yeah,
I didn't fall. Nothing happened. I didn't fall. What happened?
Nice.
To try something else.
The only annoying thing is you've now put out all this footage, but now you've got a new sponsor, and like all this footage is on other skates.
Yeah.
Because you've got a section coming out in this full-length video, and I assume it's going to be on razors, right?
Yes.
Right.
That's all footage.
So, but now you're getting hooked up by Iqon.
Yeah. So it was timing, because of timing. Also that section I filmed, like, I don't know, before I even got the guards, it was done. So that is 8 months ago.
Yeah, that is the annoying thing when you work on these projects, because like say 1 or 2 people can have all their footage and they're like, right, I'm happy, I've got my enders, I've got all the stuff I want, I don't want anything like changed. And then all the other people are like, well, we're not even close to finished. And you just sit there and just wait. Yeah,
it's the thing with a big project.
Yeah, which can be really frustrating for the people that have finished their parts, because they're just like, cool, what do I do now?
Yeah, maybe next time I start filming where they end. Like when they finish, I start filming or something.
Just keep checking with the other guys. How you doing? And they're like, oh, I only need like 5 more clips. And you're like, cool, I'll start now. This is the time to go. Right.
No, a little bit of organization for the next video for sure. Yeah.
So is that your way of saying you're like really productive? Like if you go out on a street skating session for like, I don't know, a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever, can you get like a lot of clips in a single day?
Depends on if I want to go filming. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like as in if you go out with a filmer and they're like, right,
Ah,
so we're filming for this project, you know, are, are you that
normally,
type of skater?
the thing is, normally it's not a film. It's some friend. It's either Michel or Carlos or Jonah, because projects like profiles, we help each other
Yeah,
filming, like the skaters. But if it's like with Flama, for example, Flama was everything, like all my tricks, excluding one, were spontaneous. Like we met up at a spot. We drove with Mark and Teles to a different village or some around Barcelona or something, to search for spots, and then we got into filming in that area we went to.
right.
So almost all of the clips were spontaneous. But I like to make lists, like Eugen.
See, I like a
You
list.
said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like a list of, well, he likes a list of tricks. I like a list
Yes.
of spots. And then I'm like, right, let's try and cross off all the spots. And it's like, you can't skate that spot because we've got a clip of someone else in that spot. We're finding another spot for you. Yeah,
So I got inspired by Eugen to do the list thing.
right.
And I have my trick list. And then when that was the reason Flama went so well, because I did have my trick list. And so, yeah, we went to the spots and just did the tricks. That was it. I like to do that. Like, tomorrow I want to go to that spot, to this and this. Pretty organized.
Okay.
Yeah, it has
Plus,
to be organized.
yeah, it means, you know, when the section's finished, it's got it's more rounded or more like there's not as much chance as having like repeated tricks or having everything kind of look the same because you've actually thought about it and decided, oh, this is what I want to get. And yeah, or you're like, oh, this is missing. I need to go and try and find a spot to do this on, or I want to get this trick, or yeah.
Sure.
So how did you get hooked up with Iqon? Because the team's quite strange. I feel like Monterey has brought together a team of people that just didn't get a proper chance on other brands. Like you've got Chad, who has had a pretty rough ride with like other brands. You know, it didn't work out with Roses, didn't work out with Nim. Then, oh God, I've totally forgot what the girl's called.
Mina?
That's the one. Mina, she was kind of like on and off. She was kind of on USD, kind of not really. And, you know, for someone that's, you know, making a name for herself and going to Bladen Cup and doing well at Bladen Cup and, you know, putting out online clips, it just kind of felt like it wasn't really going to happen with USD. And now she's like on a small, you know, new team that seems promising. So how did it all come together?
Well, first of all, I bought the gods after quitting races. I bought the gods because I wanted to support the homie, and I went to the skate shop, and I tried on the left side the Carlos Bernal, on the right side Micha Prado. I was like, oh, okay, Micha Prado fits a little bit better, so I bought that one.
Right.
And then I've been skating with it, like 3 or 4 clips. I've been putting to the Instagram 3 or 4 clips. After that, I got a message by Tim Franken. And he asked me if I wanted to be in the Gods team, but he didn't say pro team. He just said, we're gonna send you, if we can send you some skates over, and then we see. And I was like, yo, Tim, thank you for your offer. Like I'm coming. I talked with him about my situation. I was just quitting races and blah, blah, blah. And I told him, yeah, if you can make me an offer, a real offer, I can think about it and let me know. Like, and he was like, all right, cool. Yeah, let's talk. And the first day we wanted to talk, we didn't sound, I think I was by that time I didn't have time or something. Well, we didn't talk after that for a while. Then we talked once, 1 month after that, and he said we have to talk. We didn't talk.
This sounds familiar. This sounds like you and me try to do this podcast, but okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I suck at answering. Sorry. But sorry, Tim, for sure, and thank you very much. But yeah, 1 week after that, Montre sent me a pretty long message on Instagram if I wanted to be part of his skate team he's doing with Iqon, and like he told me about everything and that he wanted me for the pro team, and I was
right.
Well, like I don't know, like receiving this message from Montre, who is one of the best players in the world.
I mean, yeah.
Wow, I couldn't believe it, really.
It is like it's a big compliment to get, for someone like him who has, won so many major competitions, had loads of skates to his name, all those amazing sections, and if he thinks you're good enough to be in a pro team, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, so I didn't even think about it. I just said, Montre, yes, count me in to 100%. I'm with you, and that's it. I'm with Montre, and Montre is taking care of all of us. Always, we do the team meetings, and he always takes care that we got what we want and that we have a voice, and yeah, Montre is the best.
So there's regular communication with the whole team. Like they all, I don't know, you guys do like what, group chats or group calls or whatever?
Yeah, Zoom meetings.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute, can Mina speak English?
No, Mina, the last time she had Johnny Hoon.
Johnny, you're right. Because one of I lived in Korea for a while, and one of my friends like knows Mina, and I wanted to get an interview with her, and I was like, hook this up, and he went, yeah, man, like she can't speak English, like she can barely speak any English, like you're not going to be able to interview her. Yeah,
luckily she had the last meeting she had Johnny.
Right,
now it's working better. And I'm helping Katerina because Katerina is from Chile also. Okay. We talk sometimes, we talk in private when she doesn't understand things, like we help each other, like the team is great, like Chad and Brian, great team with like a family. Really.
Brian
Freeman.
Oh, I totally forgot Brian was on it as well. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I saw the announcement where he's like appears in it, but then I saw that he's still skating Flying Eagle skates or whatever they're called. So just totally forgot about that. So have you got the skates now?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Just what is it? Frames and wheels so far?
Yes, I got the 80 millimeter frame, decode frame, 80 millimeter.
So what was in that massive box that you got?
And I had the frames, wheels and stuff. Yeah.
That was a big box. That was a big box for just frames and wheels.
It was like filled and like this. Yeah. I also thought, oh, it's the skates, and then it's not the skates. Okay.
Right. So the box wasn't just filled with frames and wheels.
No.
Right. Okay. That's a strangely big box to put for just. Okay.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It'd be like anti-climax. You open it up, going, oh.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But it's still cool. It was still cool. A lot, because I'm not the free skater.
Yeah.
The last time I've been on power blades or power blade frames, it was 5 years ago.
But now you've got your setup for doing your commuting and going to the shops and doing all that stuff.
I did some set sleds with the frames and put some clips up. Easy.
Plus, aggressive skaters are really good at putting out quick power blading edits because a lot of it incorporates aggressive skating. And if you can do grinds, you can do slides. And
I've been doing them with the small wheels. Like some friends I have here, like we have many people who do wizard and free skate in Barcelona, like a lot of people. And some friends, like I had Rui from Barcelona who lives here. He does skate lessons too, like skate courses. And it was showing me how to fakie Royale slide, power slides to fakie and stuff. And he was on the big wheels and I was on the small wheels. And I did handle it, yeah.
All
Like
right.
I did the fast slide and stuff, fast slide with power slide, fast slide with small wheels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
If you can do,
I wanna try the big wheels now.
yeah, if you can do it on small wheels, big wheels kind of gives you like more. It's got more forgiveness about it. Like you don't slide out as fast. Like you can. I feel like you can control it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun for sure. I
Right.
was today I skated just to the beach and back, and it was super fun.
So have you found out when you're going to get the skates? Because are you still riding on those gods just now?
Yeah, it should be this month. I don't
Right.
know when exactly, but should be this month or something. Yeah.
Okay. And what's the deal with Iqon? Like have they like told you, or has Montre told you like what they expect in return or what you'll get, or like is there any like conditions, or did you sign a contract, or like how does
Yeah.
it all work?
Well, I've signed my first contract as a professional skater, inline skater,
Right.
last week. Yeah, we got a contract. Yeah, it's a contract.
I mean, you've got to tell me more than that. Like what do they expect from you? Like they must have like things they want you to do.
Like basically what I'm doing now, or what I was doing with racers, with all my clips and tags and hashtags and all that stuff. I have to do it with Iqon, like tag the friends, tag the products, do the videos. Like now it's organized. Like I have to do such and such amount of videos per month if I want to get paid.
Right.
So yeah, videos, photos. It's basically what I'm doing right now, but getting paid for it.
And
I'd
was there
say.
any mention of like how many sections you have to like put out a year, or like any kind of minimums and stuff like that?
Yeah, there was something. I think it was one big section, one small section, or something like that, and two photos and the stories. I don't want to get too much into detail,
Yeah.
but something like that. Yeah.
That seems quite reasonable though. Like one relatively big project in a year and then like a smaller thing. That's for someone like you that can stack, like I see how regularly you put up stuff on social media. That shouldn't be that hard for you.
No, I mean I want to work a lot, so I want to do working at once. You know,
And you
having
said
all.
yeah, that's pretty cool. And you said getting paid. So does that mean as in do you get like a monthly like salary, or is it all just based on, like royalties or whatever, or
No,
like commission?
also there will be also commission affiliate program.
Because I saw that some of the skaters are putting up the like use my link and buy
Yeah.
stuff from the shop and then they get money. But I was just wondering if that's the only payment they get or if they get
No.
anything on top of that.
Yeah. There's stuff on top of that for being productive skating wise
Right.
and media wise.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
And contests, doing well at a contest, doing podium at a contest.
That's quite all right. That's quite a kind of old. Like lots of brands don't even do that anymore. Like before, you used to get like something if you like placed like top 3 or whatever at a major contest or whatever, and then brands just kind of stopped giving incentives for that.
That's the thing. That's why Montre is the coolest guy ever, because he does fight for us.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So has there been any talk of like anyone on the team getting like a pro skate further down the line, or that even being a possibility, or like has there been I mean, you don't have to give me details, but just as in, is that something that's possible for members of the team in the future?
I don't give details, but it's a good question, and
It's a good question that I don't know if I'm allowed to answer without getting into trouble.
wait, I got a message from Montre.
The fact that you're not answering it is suggesting that there is a possibility for that to happen in the future.
I just can tell you that Iqon is taking very good care of us, and they
Okay.
value our skating and our personality and our characters.
All right, cool. I'll let you away with that. I won't interrogate you too much
Hey,
further
it's
on.
hard for me too. It's not my mother tongue, so you know.
That's lies. Your English is perfect. So
No,
don't. You're not allowed to fall back on the English as a second language excuse.
third.
Third. That's my God. That is impressive. Fair enough. So what's obviously the section from TNT is coming out, the premiere for that soon. Have you got anything else that you're working on, or are you waiting on the skates before you decide to like start kind of, going for something new? Or are you like compiling a list for your like when the skates arrive, this is happening?
Well, I got my list for sure for the skates. I'm doing my list, and I'm gonna start a project for 50/50,
Okay.
which I cannot tell a lot, but I can tell that's a project for 50/50.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Sacha Miguel Lopez is getting a pro frame from 50/50 frames, and he just doesn't want to take.
No, 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 not quite, no.
Okay.
But it's a pretty good one, and I'm super stoked with it. And yeah, have to start filming, and it should come out. I'd say after summer. Yeah,
Right.
after summer.
So Iqon do an aggressive frame? They don't, do they? Or is it just free skate frames?
Not that I know. Not
Right.
I don't know really. No.
So
I
there's
know
not
that
any like
there's grind
conflict
clubs.
between them. Like, right, cool.
It was stated on the contract that I got 50/50 and TNT clothing I can use, and there's no problem with it.
All right, that's pretty cool. I've also noticed a pattern in your sections. You've had an MF Doom track on at least 2 of your video sections. Is that your choice, or is that like the editor's choice?
I have my friend Rene from Stuttgart.
Right.
He's basically my rap music inspiration, and I always before I drop something, I ask him, "Hey Rene, I need a song. Do you know something?" And he always gives me the good tracks, the good artists. And yeah, I got into MF Doom because of Rene, and yeah, he's the reason. For
All
sure.
right. But Daniel Prell used an MF Doom track, didn't he, for like that Grindhouse thing? And then you had a what was it? Cesar.
I choose it.
Yeah. And you had a like Cesar Face one, which is, basically like MF Doom affiliate.
Yeah.
Like project.
Dope. Yeah, I just noticed like 2 years ago. I think I heard him the first time.
Okay.
2 years ago. Yeah, pretty dope.
So
I like rap music.
it's like the rap geeks like thing. Like it's like if you don't like mainstream rap, you'll like that kind of rap because it's
I fucking hate mainstream and trap and all that shit. Well, fuck. I fucking hate it.
There was some trap music in Flama.
Yeah.
There were some like trap beats.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah.
You're like, I'm not saying anything in case Tellez watches this and murders me.
Mark, all good. Nothing. All good.
Mark Moreno couldn't have chose any of the music in that video because none of it was rock.
Oh, poor guy. He had to edit with something he never had used before,
That's what I mean, because
all the other tracks,
I thought it was mainly like Tellez's project and Mark just helped out with like the filming, because it seemed like it was like all the kind of stuff that Tellez was into, like with the the kind of like the red and all that kind of like editing technique, and then the music. I was like, this is not Mark's music. Like
totally.
Sais de Bastos is like entirely instrumental rock music. I was like, that's Mark.
Totally, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he got a rough time doing it, but it was funny to see him like, oh yeah, it's the 15th time I sent you this. I modify your section. Check it out now. 15th time. I was like, wow, dude. 15th time. I think the last number was 17. Like 17 times. Yeah. And he sent me the section like 3 times. The first track was a reggae track.
Ooh.
Yeah. I
I'm
didn't
not.
know what to tell him. I didn't like
I'm
it.
not a reggae fan.
I'm a reggae fan.
No, I find it really repetitive and like too samey. I can't handle it.
I like reggae. I also listen to reggae while it's skating, but yeah, Teles was the one who told Mark, no.
Let's
And
try
that,
something else.
yeah.
Right. Okay. That's fair enough. So other than video projects, are you like, have you got anything else going on this year? Obviously, coronavirus is making it a lot harder to like travel about and stuff like that. But have you got any plans? Or are you hoping to go anywhere?
Well, I want to get the vaccine as soon
Is
as
that being
possible.
offered to people in Barcelona yet? Has like anyone
Yes.
got?
Right now, for my year, for 92, they started it like a few days ago.
Right.
So I just signed in the system, and I will get an SMS or something when I can go.
Okay.
But yeah, right now they're doing the young ones. And yeah, projects. I want to go to Germany. Because I haven't been there for like 1.5 years or something. I want to go to Germany to Stuttgart to film something. Yeah. Visit them.
Do any of your family still live in Germany, or is your when you moved, your mum still there?
My mom, my brother, my
Right.
sister, my dad, my whole family is there.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, my whole family. Yeah,
So why did they decide to move to Germany from what did you say it was Argentina?
yeah, Argentina, Buenos Aires.
Right.
And my uncle was living in Germany, and when my brother came home, I think it was it was the second time he came home in boxer shorts, because some dude pointed a gun at him and said, "Give me everything." And
Okay.
the second time it happened, my mom said, I don't want to live here anymore. We should go. Like
How old was your brother when this happened to him?
my brother, 18,
That's
he got robbed like 3 times with gun pointed on his head.
okay.
And my mom said, no, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's go somewhere else. And my uncle was living in Germany by the time, and he got my dad and my brother a job. They found a flat, and we moved to Germany.
Is that like a common thing in Buenos Aires, or is that just like, did you happen to live in like a kind of rough neighborhood, or is that?
No, it's pretty common. My neighborhood it's pretty rough,
Yeah,
pretty rough. Right now, it's fucked up. But
that
but
sounds
but yeah, Buenos Aires, it's we got a big problem with crime.
okay.
And yeah, in the year 2000, there was also when the economy broke down in Argentina, got the inflation, and so many people moved to Europe, Spain. So yeah, a lot of people moved to Spain, moved to Germany.
So how old were you when your whole family moved?
I was 7 by the time.
Because so like in primary school, and
Yeah.
then so you have to learn German, and then you also decided to learn English. That's like you could work in international relations. That's like like there's not many people out there like fluent in 3 languages.
Yeah, I was lucky to grow up in Germany, because in Germany the school system, they have a pretty high level in English,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing about Germany. Because in Spain they don't have a. All my friends say, "Dude, I'm so envy that you grew up in Germany, because in Spain the English school sucks. Like the teachers suck. You can't really learn anything." But I'm really thankful that I grew up in Germany because of that. Yeah, really.
That is pretty cool. So like was it like a positive experience growing up in Germany, or did you guys like get any kind of, I don't know, discrimination or whatever for being, from a different country and growing up there, or was that
There's always discrimination and
right?
racism, always. Like it wasn't hard, because the Germans are super polite, super friendly, and we didn't have any problems with intake. I would say integrity. Integration.
Integration, yeah.
Integration, yeah. It was pretty fast. I learned German in 3 months. I was speaking German.
Wow. I suppose like when you're really young, it's you're going to pick it up easier because you don't really understand your like native language that well. So it's
it was harder for my sister being 12 and my brother being 18.
Yeah, because you already know like the rules of your language by that point, and you're so familiar with it that anything different would be hard. Plus, I guess, if you're moving from a place where your brother's getting threatened with a gun, someone just saying something negative to you in the street or in class or at work or whatever, you're gonna be like, cool, I don't care.
Exactly. You can say son of a bitch, and I say this for me. It's like good morning. It's nothing.
You're like, as long as I'm not in fear of my life, that's I'll take that. That's fine. Thank you.
That's the thing. But discrimination. I've been discriminated a few times, but mostly from the police, from the German police. Yeah.
Okay.
I fucking had the German police.
Why? What did they like assume was happening?
Yeah, if the police, like, for example, the police sees a group of like young people. If they're all blonde with blue eyes, they won't even look at them. But if they're like I am, or if they're dark skin or Latino American, they go straight to them. Right. Always straight to them. Black guy, straight to the black guy. Always. It's like super obvious what they're doing. And
like racial profiling.
Yes, profiling. That's the word. Exactly. Yeah. I hate it. Hate it in Germany.
Yeah, it's kind of you just as a white person, you don't think of these things until it's the only time I ever like felt even remotely like that was when I lived in Asia, and you're like, wow, people are staring at me for like you're just walking down the street and you're like, a lot of people are and it's not like subtle, like you look at them and you catch their eye and they just keep staring and you're like, okay, cool, feel like I'm on display.
That's the thing. Worst thing was when I was walking with a friend in front of a shop or something. A shop, I don't know, I don't remember, but there was an old guy listening to our conversation. We were talking Spanish. I was like 9 or 10 years old. My friend was like 12 from Peru. We were talking blah 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 blah. It's okay. And then the other guy, hey, what? Stop speaking that shitty language. We in Germany have to talk German. We're like, what? What? We ran to my mother's place, told it my mother, and she went straight to that guy. And I don't know how she didn't kill him, but wow.
Also, what kind of shitty adult man threatens kids?
Kids. Yeah, it was.
That's fucked up.
It was the worst.
Okay.
But other than that, it was just the police. The people are super nice. Love the Germans.
Right.
Hate the police, love the Germans.
Like, I'm assuming it was much easier to acclimatize being in Barcelona because, obviously loads of people are speaking. Well, it's like I assume some people are speaking Spanish, some people are speaking Catalan. Like, does that not make it quite confusing because it's like slightly different?
Yeah, it's different, but we don't. All the Catalan people we know, like there's only 3 or 4. Like Marc, Carlos, Adri is half Catalan. Who else? Sorry if I forget somebody, but they all talk Spanish and they prefer to speak Spanish.
I thought there would have been like, a bigger, just it was more common or something. Yeah, I don't know why.
But the streets and the signs, everything is in Catalan. Yeah, that's for sure. But the people, they don't they talk all Spanish. They would like to talk Catalan the whole day, for sure. Like if you talk Catalan, if you're foreigner, the Catalan would be like, oh, that's cool. Thanks for talking Catalan.
Right. Okay. Nice. I don't think I've got anything else to ask you, unless you've got anything else that you were thinking of that you wanted to talk about. I have interrogated you for almost an hour and a half. So if I've missed anything out or get anything that you want covered, you need to tell me now.
Maybe when I was kicked out of Grantos.
Okay.
I was kicked
Do,
out.
do many people still ride for Grindhouse? Like the only people I know that are on the team are Yo Zenk and oh God, who's the Danish guy?
Daniel? Oh,
Oh,
not,
used to ride for Rems. Now he's on Trigger.
no.
What is his name? Oh God, I feel really bad. Oh, he was on USD for like 5 minutes. That is really gonna. Oh, nope.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look this up because it's really gonna bother me because I
Look it
can't.
up.
Trigger skate. Jonas Hansen made sections with him. Why do I not remember his name? Now he wears a helmet all the time. That's what I was going to ask you. I noticed in your Vive section, you wore a helmet in a couple of clips. Why was there? Did something happen, or like was there a particular reason why, or have you just started wearing a helmet now? Or
Yeah, maybe you've seen Carlos also does it. Carlos Bernal.
okay, I mean, of course he does because look
Yeah.
at the stuff he's doing. It's terrifying.
Yeah, for sure. But you remember that? Let's say, first of all, because of Mitchell too. Mitchell was a helmet after his operation and his accident.
Yeah.
Also because of Gilbert. May he rest in
All
peace.
right. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've seen the trick. I've seen the footage, and I wish I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
No, I wish I haven't seen it.
I wouldn't. That's not the kind of thing I'd ever want to see.
No,
Yeah.
no. You don't want to see. No, that was fuck.
I'm not going to remember that skater's name. Jonas Hansen's made a bunch of sections of him. What the hell is he called? Nah, it's gone. So yeah. So what happened with Grindhouse?
I was in Grindhouse from 15 to 18, I think, 3 years. I was on tour. I even was on Barcelona too, 2009, and then 2011. I was on another tour. And I think it was 2012, 2013. I was living in Munich, and I was skating, but I was also playing football at a club with the Argentinian guys. So I got hurt twice, like on my ankle. I torn my ligaments on my ankle. It was once, and then a few months after that, it happened again. And then skating, I hit my knee on a rail against a rail, and I got hurt like 3 times in a row.
Right.
And
so
then
like consistent, like just regularly being off skates and consistently injured. Right.
And that's when I got an email from Grindhouse that I'm not doing anything. If I wanted some products, and then I should do stuff, and what's happening. And I told them, yep, what was happening, that I was injured, blah, blah. It's winter time right now. It's impossible to even get clips, snowing outside, like impossible. And yeah, he just kicked me out of the team. He said, no, and we just need productive guys, and you're not being productive. I was 18. Yeah, I was 18.
Okay.
You're not being productive, and we need the team. We need to keep the team smaller because we're not. It was by the time where blading was, on the downfall.
Yeah.
And Grindhouse started by selling scooters and free skates and everything.
I heard a rumor that Grindhouse is like an under company or like a smaller section of like a skateboard shop, or a skateboard shop like owns Grindhouse or something. I don't know if I never actually like looked into it or found out if it was true or anything.
Never heard about that. I know Torsten. He's the chef, the boss, and I know him. And from what I know, he started it.
Right.
So I don't know.
I mean, it's just one of those things you hear at like skate events, and someone will just say it in passing, and you're like, all right, and then you just don't really think any more about it. Yeah.
Spreading rumors.
Pretty much, yeah. It's one of those things you're like, how serious do I take that? Yeah.
But yeah, he wanted to kick me out, and then I was pretty good with Daniel Brel and Jo Sank, all the guys, Mike Loyeski, Alex Rudolph, Tim Kidlitz. We went on tours together, so we were super cool together. And they just stood up against the boss for me and my name and told him, if you're just gonna kick him out, we all gonna leave from Grantos.
Yeah.
All of the guys. And Jo Sank was pretty much the strong voice, like, who made this happen, you know.
Okay.
He was talking to Torsten, calling me, like, Jo Sank is, well, super amazing. I've been skating with Jo Sank since I'm 14, you know. He used to live in a city just 1 hour car drive away.
Right.
So Jo Sank took good care of me and stood up, and he managed to get Torsten to write me another email telling me that he's sorry, that he shouldn't have tell me to leave and blah blah blah, like a super long email that I never answered. Never. I got the email.
Okay.
I read it. I sent it to Jo Sank. I said, thank you very much. Thank you all you guys. You stood up for me. Like, you're the best, but I cannot say yes to this apology because I feel disrespected and I just want to leave.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, you're grateful to the guys for having your back, but at the same time, you're like, this guy doesn't want me. So
yeah,
why should I stick around for someone that doesn't want me to be a part of his thing?
That's
but
the thing.
It's very rare for the team, any team, to rally behind one skater and like have their back like that, because most skaters, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but they're so scared of getting kicked off the team themselves that they don't want to stick their head above and be like, oh yeah, because, you know, I remember Julian Ba talking about it. Like, all the guys got him onto the Razors Pro team, and it was like, you know, it was Brian Aragon and Murda and stuff like that. They got him on. And then when Andy tried to kick him off, none of them defended him. None of them were like, oh yeah, he's been putting in the work, Like, Andy went, oh, you didn't skate at this trip. And Julian was like, yeah, I did. And all the rest of the guys just stayed silent. And you're like, they're supposed to be your friends. And they just like fed you to the wolf.
Yeah, I remember that too. It was on Jump Street, was it?
Yeah,
was it?
like,
nice.
Yeah, like, that's messed up. Like, I'd be kind of pissed at them after that. I'd be like, we're not friends. You didn't stand up for me.
That's the thing. And yeah, Krantos team was like a family, and they stood up for me. Also, after leaving races, like Victor Daum, and who else? So I don't remember now, but a few guys wrote me about, hey, what's happening next? Lots of guys wrote me that, and pretty supportive. And the things, I told them I hope they're gonna value you. That's it. I hope so.
There can't be that many riders left on
they
Razors.
Have to value some rider. They have to value. I mean,
it's kind of strange, because even if I would imagine it would even be quite hard for them to get someone like onto their pro team. Like, say if they've got try and get someone, you know, renowned or famous within blading, because most people know all the stories about what's been going on with Razors in recent years, and they'll be like, no, I don't want to skate for your brand. Like, it sounds terrible.
Definitely. Rafinha, played Rafinha from Brazil. You sing? Remember?
The name's familiar. I'm trying to remember.
Played Rafinha. He was skating a lot with Kaleo too.
Yeah, got you now.
Yeah. He was on races. He was in Barcelona for 1 year. They brought him here.
And then
they just left him like, we won't pay anymore. Just
you're here now. That's your
yeah,
problem. Yeah, you
exactly.
deal with it. Right. Okay,
And
cool.
that wasn't really good, and I didn't like it how they treat him. That was
Yeah.
also a factor why I wanted to leave, because if you treat the South American brothers, for me they are brothers because I'm South American. If you treat them like that, then I feel treated the same way. Like, South America needs a voice right now too. Like, we're just like the skates like also getting more expensive.
Really expect. Yeah, I've saw that. Yeah.
It's already hard for a South American, a Colombian. My girlfriend is Colombian, Alejandra. I know everything from Colombia. It's like in Argentina, you can't afford skates. You cannot pay for a pair of skates. It's like you have to save money up for like 6 months, eating just tuna out of the out of the can
Yeah.
for having a pair of skates, and it's crazy. And right now, they just all the prices go up, and I think it should be something important to think about South America too, because they have so many people skating.
That's the
So
thing. Yeah.
many.
There's such strong scenes over there, and whenever they used to do tours over there, like people would like gather in massive crowds, like a band was coming to town. And then when they did that e-fees thing, and it seemed like every South American skater had way more votes than everyone else because they've got such a massive, like, strong community there that are like, we're getting behind our guys or girls, and they're like, we are supporting the hell out of them. So you would
That's the
think
thing.
skate companies would want to like go over there and take advantage of that and be like if you go over there and show an interest in just any of those communities, they're going to be loyal to your brand.
That's the thing. That's what I wanted to do with races, but it never showed any interest. It just, when I went to Argentina with projects going on, like they're gonna do a competition with my face on the flyer. Like, I'm going to Argentina to do a competition with my face on the flyer. I'm gonna visit skate shops. I'm gonna do a video. Blah blah. Never answered my email. Just said, hey, if you find any distributor, any possible distributor, just send us the contact. That was the only thing he answered for my projects for going to Argentina, and that's also the thing I have to say. At the beginning, he promised me to pay a trip to South America, and he never did it.
Also, it's not your job to find the distributor. Like, they're the business. That's their responsibility. That would be like,
Yeah, I mean, I've been a sales agent for the company I was
yeah.
working, but I was getting money for it.
And they should have contacts. That's like going, oh, you want a pro skate? Well, if you could just go and find a supplier and a manufacturer, and if you could just find someone that could just, make the molds for it, and you're like, no, that's not my job. That's not my job. You do your job.
So it was pretty fun.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that all the companies take a big look at South America, because I went to a competition that just organized 2 weeks before I was getting there. They organized, and there were like 100 people, 120 people. Everybody's cheering for everybody. You just land your first royale and they cheer like a goal of Messi in the final of Copa America.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like one of those things that I always remember it throughout the years, just the various countries and Asia as well, just having these like really strong communities. And then it just seems like the aggressive skate industry just forgot about them and went, or I understand that it's obviously going to be more expensive to get products out there. But if you've got this customer base and it's big and it's strong and it's got the potential to grow really big, then it kind of seems like a missed opportunity to not try and take advantage of it. Yeah.
So invest a little bit, man. Like, there's so many people, really, they just can't afford skates. They don't have youngsters, because no parent would buy their kid like, I don't know, for example, a 2,000 euro skate in euros.
Yeah.
Say, like, you wouldn't buy your kid a 2,000 euro skate if you can buy a 100 euro skateboard. If you compare a little bit
Oh yeah, because I imagine there's, you know, bikes and skateboard and scooters and stuff like that being made there that you don't have to pay these insane import duties on because they're not coming from China or America or Europe or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, people are right now printing, like 3D printing cuffs, straps, everything for their power plates, for their power slide skates, for their rollerblade skates, for everything, because they don't get the parts. There are no parts.
Yeah, you don't really consider that when you're fortunate enough to live in like Western countries where that's just not.
Skate shops. I got 3 skate shops in one city. 3.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to hope you have that many. Of course, you live in like the extreme sports capital of Europe. Like if you didn't have that many skate shops there, you'd wonder what hope any other city had.
But it's sad coming from Argentina and having it all here and having all those friends there, and they don't have the same chance.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel super shitty when I post an unpacking video. Like, I feel super shit. Like unboxing video, like they don't even can get normal products, and I like, oh yeah, I got this. I feel like shit. I don't know. I shouldn't feel like that, but I know. Yeah, I do.
No, just shows you've got like compassion and empathy to not just think about yourself. That's not a negative thing.
Yeah.
So you're clearly rolling a joint right now. So that means let's try and end this on a positive note while you finish off your joint.
We shouldn't talk about this, or can I? I don't know how it is, but yeah, okay.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Plus, Eugen's already told me that he considers you one of the biggest stoners he's ever met. So that's quite funny.
Eugen saw me when I went to the Roll Together session in Duisburg with some friends. We brought a bong with a 10 to 20 centimeters glass bong on the session. So everybody, Jo Sank, Patrick Smith, Alex Kluber, all the friends would go to us and just smoke a bong, hit a bong, and chill with us.
That's probably where that came from then.
But yeah.
You're like, I don't have anything more to say about that. Right, let's wrap things up. Anything you want to say before we close things out? And anyone you want to say thank you to, or anything you want to say to people watching?
Yeah, I would like to say thank you to all the Stuttgart guys, Fellbach, the village where I started skating, and the Stuttgart guys when they came to the first competition I went to 2006, and then 2007, and then they brought me to the streets, to the real world. And I want to thank all the guys from Stuttgart, especially from Barcelona too, Carlos and Michel, who when I was down after Rams and Grindhouse, I came to Barcelona and I was a bit down, and they helped me to get the motivation back. And also to my girlfriend, Alejandra, my mom, who were always there for me, my brother, my sister, basically my whole family and all my friends and the South American people. Vamos Argentina.
Nice, man. Well,
that's it. Montre, Iqon.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like things are going in the right direction for you, and I hope things work out well with Iqon. You know, Montre always seems to have like the skater's best interest at heart, so I have no doubt in my mind he will fight for you guys, whatever, you know, he can get for you. So yeah, can't wait to see your new section TNT video, and can't wait to see you on Iqon skates, and hopefully we'll get a good couple of sections out of you this year.
And 50-50 too.
Yeah, and 50-50. Yeah. Right.
So yeah, it was pretty much a pleasure. I was super nervous.
Really? Why?
Because I don't know, it was the third interview in 6 months, but I had one in German, one in Spanish, and now in English. And English is the hardest one.
Ticked all the boxes. I don't know. You handled it really well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. I'm going to let you go and smoke that, and speak soon.
Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Thanks.